Alrighty, peeps. My sweet, beautiful peeps. You are in the playoffs for the first time. You will be taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Might this be the year that this team puts it together? I mean, it should be. I mean, look at this fucking team. How you guys have had your team underperform so badly before, I do not know. What you will be up against, though, is this Dodger team, which, to be honest, you have the better catcher. You have a better catcher. Like, Luis Torrens is okay. You have a better first baseman because Freddie Freeman's ancient. Second baseman, Michael Busch. He's a really good player. They also got the Orbit Vivas. Matt Chapman still... Matt Chapman and Brian Hayes. I'm going to be really intrigued to see what this lineup looks like. Dansby Swanson as well. Akil Baddoo, Oscar Mercado. Kyle Lewis is hurt. Dislocated ankle. So Almora Jr. and Mookie Betts still there. Soroka, Means, Ryan, Lauer, Maddox, Burns. You guys got a good chance here. You guys got a good chance here. It's a very interesting team. It is game one. Let's put up a prediction in the chat for who wins this series. Will it be the Diamondbacks? Will it be the Dodgers? Let's find out. Game number one. Corbin Burns takes the mound for you. You're at Dodger Stadium against Mike Soroka. Wear a European League hockey jersey to confuse the baseball viewers. Pokemon go to the polls. A European League jersey. Oh, boy. All right. Well, is it a part of Europe? Shout out to this KHL jersey. That'll really confuse the viewers. We'll have the KHL jersey, but colors of the jerseys in the style of the Ukraine flag. It's perfect. Corbin Burns on the mound. Becerra, Perdomo, Marte, Turner, Thomas, Kennedy, Carroll, Lawler, Donnelly. Imagine, wow, Joel Donnelly, by the way, hit that dinger with that little of power. Interesting. And no, this piece of fabric did as much as those Russian prospects who can't go to the CHL anymore, which is a lot. Anyway. Here we go. Game one against the Dodgers. And you guys get sent down in order. Brian Hayes gets walked. Bush walks. Mark Wahlberg's wearing a hat. Sack fly, 1-0 Dodgers. Rough start for Corbin Burns. Thomas gets caught stealing. Base hit for Akil Baddoo. All right, still 1-0. Still 1-0. Lawler gets the steal for you guys. Wasted base runners. Wasting base runners. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Dansby Swanson brings in 2 on a single. 3-0 for the Dodgers through 3 innings. 2 on, 1 out, Buddy Kennedy. Carroll flies out. Oof. You guys have wasted some base runners. Leadoff double for Almora. It's not looking good. Corbin Burns loads the bases. Do you keep him in? It's only the bottom of the 4th. A brutal start for Corbin Burns. Not what you'd look for. Not what you'd want to look for from your essentially second ace. A Warrior calling for the pole. Anybody else? We're going once. Going twice. Alright, based off of stamina, Alton Arouche gets the call up. Nuge, hello. Hello, sir. How are you? Roush is the guy. Burns is done. Fielder's choice. 1 run in. Mookie Betts, who was hit by the pitch. Chapman drives in 2. Another run scores. Just go ahead and bring in Barager, who has good, as well as passed out the night. You missed me about FIFA. Stop by and say hi. It's all good. I still have the itch to play FIFA all the time, man. All the time. It's ridiculous. I can't stop. I can't stop playing that game. I don't know if anyone's around to play it tonight, though. God, offensively, you guys still just have nothing going on. It's brutal. Stolen base for Hayes. Gets out of the inning. Another leadoff single from Marte. Sack bunted over. How many base runners have you guys wasted so far? It's crazy. Well, we go to the 7th. Soroka's still in. Now he's not. Steckenrider. And you guys have just had nothing. Screw it. Bring in Louis St. Louis. Why not? This game's done anyway. Give old Louis a chance. Maybe we shouldn't have given Louis... Okay, well. Louis got his chance. I guess you know you're not going to use him. I guess you know you're not going to use old Louis St. Louis. That was the time to figure out if he was worth using. And you guys got your answer. Don't call upon Louis St. Louis. Helsley continues to pitch pretty well. Top of the 9th. You guys are facing a shutout. And there, whoop, Becerra, there it is. Dodgers win game 1 by the score of 10-0. Mike Soroka, player of the game. You guys had 7 hits, no runs, and a very, very rough day to start game 1. Or rough day, rough way, rough game for you. It's game 2. It literally can't go worse. Bryce Jarvis is going to have to be the man here. He is being called upon. It's Becerra, Perdomo, Marte, Turner, Thomas, Kennedy, Carroll, Lawler, and Donnelly. It literally can't go worse. Becerra starts off very well. Thomas drives in a run. Off of an error, actually. So 1-0 Arizona. You guys have already done better. You're on the board. Unfortunately, Kennedy couldn't drive in 2 runners in scoring position. Nice 1-2-3 inning there. How many years? This is 2027. So it has been a decent amount of time, and this is the first time either my team or Chats has made the playoffs. Pizza! Sweet! Beautiful! Delicious! Nervsy! How are you? I hope you've been well. Thank you for the host. I don't know if the alert will pop up, because you know how alerts are. I hope the stream went well. 2-out single from Marte. Turner drives him in on a triple. 2-0. Diamondbacks. Not bad. Long way to go, though. You need Jarvis to keep pitching well. Not bad. 2-0 through 3 innings. Might as well go for the steal with Lawler. He gets caught. Jarvis is dealing right now. Of course, Jarvis would pitch better than Corbin Burns. 2-out single. There we go. So through 5, just 2 hits allowed. Marte walks. Single for Turner. Thomas now against Maddox Bruns. Thought it was Burns. Fielder's choice. Thomas steals second. Kennedy sack fly. It's 3-0. Carroll grounds out. See how far Jarvis can carry you. Nearly struck out the side. Becerra gets the steal. Perdomo strikes out. Do you keep rolling with Jarvis? I mean, you see what the stamina is. What do you think, chat? You want to keep rolling with Bryce Jarvis, or do you not want to risk it with the stamina getting a bit low? He is indeed lacking the stamina. Take him out. One more. Outs. Risk it. Chat seems divided. He stays. Freeman leadoff double. Swanson strikes out. Baddoo walks. Almora, the runner's thrown out. Torrens drives in 2 runs, and now you're allowed to pull him. You wanted to stick with your man, you stuck with your man. It's now a 1-run game. Seems like a pretty good time to bring in your best option. I would go with Jordan Hicks. You could go Dabovich, but you decided to stick with Jarvis to see if he could get through it, and the answer was he couldn't. We going Hicks or Dabovich, because you know you're not going to go for St. Louis. You know that's not going to happen. Dabovich or Hicks. I don't think you guys have used Jordan Hicks yet. We had that Giants game, then the actual wild card game. We going Dabovich, we going Hicks. It is split. Because of course it is. Which means and there we go. Dabovich is the guy. He got the next vote. Dabovich is the guy. He gets out of it. It's a 1-run lead now. Dabovich in for the bottom of the 8th. Unless you now want to switch over to Hicks as your setup man. Although I presume most people would prefer to use him as the closer. So I think we are likely to just move ahead. Likely. Probably. We're going for it. Leadoff single for Bush. Betts walks. I'm going to guess people want Jordan Hicks now. What a horrible situation this is. People stood by the Dabovich. Oh, God. Keep him. Cody says keep him. We'll see if he blows it. Strike out. Fly out. 1-run scores. We are tied. You wanted to stick with Dabovich. You are allowed to pull him now, but this game is tied at 3 apiece. Are you still keeping him? 3 unanswered runs for the Dodgers. 3 unanswered runs for the old Dodgers. Cody says keep him still. Strikes him out. Top of the 9th. Carroll leadoff double. Lawler bunts him over. Donnelly strikes out. Becerra flies out. You strand him at 3rd. We'll bring in Hicks now. Almora grounds out. Torrens strikes out. Hayes walks. Bush 2-run shot. And the Dodgers walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. And take a 2-0 lead in this best of 5. Jordan Hicks blows it in the bottom of the 9th. You guys trusted your starter a little bit too long. The Dodgers, 5 unanswered runs. Need 1 more win as the series shifts to Arizona. It's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. You got to win 3 in a row. Cedric Doss does take the mound. Let's see what he can do. It's not looking good for you guys. There's an error. A run scores on a single from Freddie Freeman. 2 runs score on a bases clearing double from Swanson. 2-run shot. It's 5-0 LA against your ace, Cedric Doss. He strikes out Almora. 5 runs on 4 hits. Double for Carroll. Marte drives him in on a double of his own. 5-1. The end of the 1st inning. What a brutal turn of events. Solo shot for Nick Gonzalez. All of a sudden it's 5-2. After 2. Betts with the walk. 2-run shot. Matt Chapman. It's 7-2. Cedric Doss. Do you take him out? You got Burns. You got Carvajal. You got all your relievers. Fucking yikes. Both Burns and Doss gonna end up more than likely with losses. In this series, can we just sim the rest at this point? Put me in, coach. Let's, I mean, if you're gonna go with the long reliever, Baragru was better than Roush. Doss is done. Baragru gets out of the inning. Down by 5. Solo shot, Ketel Marte. It's down by 4 through 3 innings. Leadoff triple for Almora. He gets out of it, though. Solo shot from Thomas. It's 7-4 through 4 innings. Betts with a leadoff single. Chapman drives him in on the double. Runner thrown out. Freeman doubled. Baragru somehow gets out of it. Becerra leadoff single, gets the steal. Carroll 2-run shot, and don't look now. It's 8-6. Marte reaches on an error. Turner strikes out. Lawler flies out. Thomas strikes out. Baragru gets out of it. Gonzalez against Bobby Miller. Donnelly singles. Kennedy flies out. Becerra strikes out. We go to the 7th. Baragru 2 straight walks. I mean, the obvious man to bring in is Helsley. I mean, Helsley, Dabovich, Hicks blew it last time. You got 2 lefties coming up. If you wanted to take Baragru out of the situation, he's been solid, but 2 straight walks is it's pretty rough. That is pretty. Well, we're not seeing any suggestions so far. Might be a chat delay. I'm gonna go with what I would do. I would trust Helsley because of what he did in the wild card. 3-run shot, Freddie Freeman. Well, and another solo shot from Almora. Well, unfortunately for you guys, your pitching staff, a solo shot from Torrens as we brought in Dabovich. Fortunately for you guys, your pitching staff decided to shit the bed. That bed has been successfully shat. Holy hell. That bed is shat. 7 runs, but unfortunately, 13 allowed. Make that 14. Make that 16. Well, you're only down by 9 runs in the bottom of the 9th, chat. Run scores, it's 16-8. Gonzalez grounds out, and the Diamondbacks have been swept by the LA Dodgers, losing Game 3 by the score of 16-8. Doss blew it, really. Corbin Burns fucking blew it. Jarvis, you just trusted a little bit too long. Roush was terrible. Barager was okay-ish. Dabovich, Helsley ended up sucking by the end of it. Hicks absolutely blew it. Louis St. Louis was terrible. Your pitching staff fell apart. Becerra hit 167. Perdomo, no hits and 8 at-bats. Marte was a monster. Turner sucked. Turner absolutely blew it. Thomas only hit 214. Kennedy had 1 hit and 13 at-bats. Corbin Carroll hit 235, 143 for Lawler, and 214 for Donnelly. The team completely shit the bed. They weren't good enough on either side of the ball. Dodgers win. The question is it also a World Series title for them? And the answer is no, as the New York Mets beat the Texas Rangers. In 6 games in the World Series, the Dodgers only took 1 game from the Mets in the NLCS. So the Mets, they spend big money, and it works, as Luis Roberts and Juan Soto, along with others, win the World Series in New York. Craziness. Craziness, craziness. World Series MVP, Ahmed Rosario, of all people. Back-to-back World Series for the Mets as well. That's the reality that we're living in right now. And with that, we look ahead to free agency and the entire offseason. My manager is retired, my hitting coach is gone, your farm director's gone. Oh, I lose a couple of nobodies to retirements. You guys don't lose anybody. Clayton Kershaw goes into the Baseball Hall of Fame. And we look ahead to this offseason. I have quite a bit of optimism heading into it, as a lot of my prospects are ready. And you guys, well, you made the playoffs for the first time, but holy hell did that end in tragic fashion.